Good morning, it's Friday, and I'm going to finish this week with a good one for you. My name is Pastor Terrell. This is Make It Personal. All week, I've been challenging beliefs based in common phrases, common sayings, and just misquoted verses. Do not, and I say this with absolute sincerity, and it is my prayer for you, do not let your life's stories and be based on beliefs that are not founded in Scripture and just do not line up with the witness of your spirit. This is perhaps one of the most common things I hear in the church, and it really upsets me. And it's this: God punishes me when I sin. Or, well, I have a cold today because God must be trying to teach me something. Or, I didn't have enough money to pay my bills this month. God must be trying to get my attention. How can you believe in a loving Father and at the same time believe that He punishes His children with sickness and lack? It doesn't make sense, does it? There's a couple things I want to say to that. Number one, is there any sickness in God? Obviously the answer is no, right? God is perfect. God is pure. There is no sickness in God. So if God has no sickness, how can He give you sickness? Is there any lack in God? My Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. The streets of heaven are paved with gold. It's pretty reasonable to assume He has no lack. So why would He withhold when He says countless times in Scripture, I give it all for you? And in 1 Peter chapter 3, in verse 18. I'll start in 17. If God should will it so that you suffer for doing what is right rather than doing for what is wrong. For Christ also died for sins. How many times? Once for all. He died for the just. He died for the unjust, so that He might bring us to God, having been put to death in the flesh, but made alive in the Spirit. God punished once and for all in Jesus Christ. Now, does that mean sin is no longer punished? No. Sin has, was, and always will bear the punishment of death. But Jesus Christ spread His arms and said, I will take the punishment for every sin, past, present, and future. You may slip up from time to time. Know that Christ has paid your price. You're not sick. You don't have a cold because you disappointed God. Okay? Maybe you're hanging around someone with a cold. You might not have money at the end of the month, but it's not God withholding from you. Take a look at your spending habits. Take a look at your life's priorities. There's 1,000 reasons. God will never withhold from you because He's angry with you. Believe that with all your heart. He loves you. I love you. God bless you. See you next week.